What happens when you wake up successful but empty? You've got the career, the apartment, the respect, but somewhere between achieving everything you were supposed to want and actually living your life, you lost the plot. You can't remember the last time you felt alive, just functional. Ancient samurai warriors had a system for building unshakable minds in precisely 100 days. Not 99, not 101. 100 days of single-pointed discipline that transformed weak men into warriors who could face death without flinching. But here's what nobody tells you about finding your purpose, your reason for being, your ikigai. You can't find it. Not yet. Because your mind isn't strong enough to hold it. You're searching for meaning with a mind that's been weakened by comfort, distraction, and the constant negotiation with yourself. It's like trying to hold water in a broken cup. The stakes? You continue drifting. You wake up at 40, 50, 60, and realize you've spent your entire life living someone else's dream. Or you do what the samurai did. You spend 100 days building a mind that cannot be shaken. Then your purpose reveals itself. Before we begin, I want to thank every channel member and supporter who makes this content possible. You're part of a community that chooses discipline over comfort. If this resonates, subscribe and hit that like button. And here's my question for you, comment below. What would you commit to for 100 days? Not what you think you should do. What calls to you? Now, let me tell you about Sora. 6:47 a.m. Sora's alarm screams. He stares at his ceiling, already exhausted. 32 years old. Senior consultant at a firm his father would have been proud of. Would have been. 8 months since the funeral. 8 months of waking up to the same hollow feeling. The routine. Coffee, shower, laptop. His calendar is full of meetings about optimizing processes for companies. He doesn't care about solutions for problems that don't matter. This might sound familiar. Sora's colleagues see a high performer. Clients see a sharp consultant who delivers results. His reflection sees someone going through the motions. Every single day, the same question echoes. Why am I doing this? He'd tell himself it was grief, processing, give it time. But it had been 8 months. His father died believing Sora had made it. Business degree, corporate trajectory, stability, security, success. Make me proud, son. Those were among his father's last coherent words. So Sora put his head down and worked. He made presentations. He optimized workflows. He collected paychecks. He made his father proud. Except his father wasn't here to see it. And Sora felt nothing. Late nights, he'd Google search his way through the emptiness. How to find life purpose. Why do I feel empty despite success? What is ikigai? The internet had answers, lots of them. None of them worked. Tuesday afternoon. Client presentation. 15 people in the conference room. Sora's presenting a restructuring plan that will save the company $2.3 million annually. Mid-sentence, it hits him. His chest tightens, heart racing. Can't breathe. The room tilts. Excuse me. He walks out. Finds the bathroom. Locks himself in a stall. Hands shaking. Can't catch his breath. What am I doing? Why am I here? What is any of this for? 20 minutes later, his colleague finds him. You okay, man? We rescheduled. Yeah, just stress. But it wasn't stressful. Stress is when you care about something, and there's too much of it. This was worse. This was caring about nothing and pretending it mattered. The doctor's visit 3 days later. Panic attack. Very common. Work stress. I'll prescribe something for anxiety. Sora took the prescription. Didn't fill it. He knew the truth. You can't medicate your way out of meaninglessness. Saturday morning. No meetings. No clients. No structure. Sora walked. No destination. Just movement. Maybe if his body were moving, his mind would land somewhere. He ended up in a neighborhood he didn't recognize. Small shops, a bakery, a bookstore, and then a woodworking shop. Through the window, he saw an older man bent over a workbench, hands moving across a piece of wood with complete absorption, not rushing or checking his phone, just present. Sora watched for 10 minutes. The man never looked up, never paused, completely immersed in the work. Something about that focus, that aliveness pulled Sora through the door. But what if there was a way to build that kind of unshakable presence? What if the samurai knew something we've forgotten? The bell above the door chimed. The older man looked up. His face was weathered, his hands scarred from decades of work, but his eyes were sharp, clear. Help you? His accent marked him as Japanese, though his English was perfect. I don't know. Sora surprised himself with the honesty. I was just watching you work. The man set down his chisel. You look lost. I am. Sit. He gestured to a stool. I'm Takeshi. Sora. Takeshi made tea. Not quickly. Each movement is deliberate. Kettle, cups, pour. He handed Sora a cup and studied him. What do you do, Sora? I'm a consultant. Business optimization. And you hate it. It wasn't a question. Sora nodded. I see many men like you. Successful. Empty. Searching for ikigai, your reason for being. Yes. How did you? Because you're in a woodworking shop on a Saturday morning watching an old man work. You're not here for furniture, Sora exhaled. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. My father, his voice caught. I think I've been living his dream. Mine. Takeshi nodded slowly. And now you search for your dream, your purpose. You read articles. You try new hobbies. You wait for clarity. Yes. Yes. You will fail. Sora blinked. What? Your ikigai, you cannot find it. Not yet. Your mind is too weak. I'm not weak. No? Takeshi's eyes held steady. How many times today did you check your phone? How many thoughts competed for attention while we spoke? How often can you sit still with yourself without drowning in noise? Sora had no answer. My master, I trained with him for 3 years in Kyoto. Before I could learn woodworking, before he would teach me anything, I had to complete Hyaku-nichi Shugi. He wrote the characters on a piece of paper. The 100-day training. Samurai use this method to forge unshakable minds. 100 days. One practice. Complete devotion. That's it? Just do something for 100 days? You think it's simple? Takeshi smiled. Most men cannot do the same thing for 3 days without negotiating with themselves. The samurai understood before you can hold purpose, you must build the container strong enough to carry it. Sora felt something stir. Resistance. I don't have 100 days to waste. You've wasted 8 months already. The words landed like a punch. True. Undeniably true. What did you do for your 100 days? Sora asked. I sanded a single block of wood. Every morning, 1 hour, 100 days, just sanding. By day 100, my master said, now, you're ready to learn. That's insane. Is it? You've spent 8 months searching and found nothing. Perhaps insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Sora stared at his tea. What would I even do for 100 days? What calls to you? I don't know. Then start where all samurai start. Zazen. Seated meditation, 15 minutes, every morning, 100 days. Meditation? That's your solution? No, meditation is not the solution. Building an unshakable mind is the solution. Meditation is simply the forge. The samurai called it Ichijio Zanmai, single-pointed devotion. You don't practice many things. You practice one thing with everything you have. Sora wanted to argue, but what had arguing with himself gotten him? 8 months of emptiness. Okay, he heard himself say. 100 days. Takeshi extended his hand. Then begin tomorrow. Day 1. And Sora, don't come back until day 100. Unless you quit. Then come tell me you quit. Day 1. 6:30 a.m. Sora sat on his bedroom floor. Legs crossed. Back straight. Eyes closed. Timer set. 15 minutes. He lasted 4 minutes before checking the timer. His mind was in chaos. This is stupid. I should be applying to jobs. I should be networking. 15 minutes of sitting will solve nothing. This is a waste of time. The timer buzzed. 15 minutes done. Sora felt nothing except restless. Day 2. Slightly better. Made it 7 minutes before checking time. Day 3. The real battle began. He woke up already negotiating. Skip today. Start fresh tomorrow. What's one day? You're tired. This is the moment. The moment that separates the men who transform from the men who drift. Sora sat anyway. Not because he wanted to, because he'd committed to an older man who saw through his bullshit. 4 minutes in, his legs cramped. 8 minutes in, an itch on his face became torture. 12 minutes in, he couldn't remember why he was doing this. The timer buzzed. He'd done it. Barely. Day 7. Something shifted. 11 minutes into his practice, there was a pause. 3 seconds where his mind went quiet. Completely still. No thoughts. No negotiation. Just presence. Then it was gone. Thoughts rushed back in, but those 3 seconds, he'd felt something like seeing land after weeks at sea. There may be something here. That evening, Sora researched what Takeshi had told him. Ichijio Zanmai, single-pointed devotion, a Zen concept. The samurai practiced this before battle, not to psych themselves up, to quiet the mind so completely that action became effortless. The principle was simple. Your mind cannot hold purpose if it's constantly scattered. You can't find your path if you're walking in 17 directions at once. So you practice one thing, not to master the thing, to master your mind. Day 14. 2 weeks. Sora had meditated every single morning. Some days were clear, most were chaos. But he sat. His colleagues noticed something. You seem calmer, his work friend Marcus said over coffee. Sora shrugged. He hadn't told anyone. This felt private, sacred, even. Day 21. 3 weeks in, the practice was becoming automatic. Not easy, but automatic. His body knew. 6:30 a.m. means sit. This is what the samurai understood. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about building systems so strong that the mind doesn't get a vote. Week 4. Sora broke his rule. He went back to Takeshi's shop. The older man looked up from his work, eyebrow raised. Day 100 already? No, week 4. I'm not quitting. I have questions. Takeshi set down his tools. Sit. The meditation is working. Sort of. But I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. I'm just sitting. Good. Good. You're impatient. You want the answer now. The samurai spent 100 days. Not because the training took 100 days, but because your mind needs 100 days to become quiet enough to hear the answer. Takeshi pulled out a notebook. You've learned Ichijio Zanmai, single-pointed devotion. Now you're ready for the second layer. Kaizen. He wrote it. Continuous improvement. But not how you think. Westerners think Kaizen means big improvements. No, it means 1% better each day. You don't need perfect meditation. You need today's practice to be slightly more present than yesterday's. Sora absorbed this. I've been judging myself for not being good at it, and that judgment scatters your mind. The samurai knew, perfection is the enemy of practice. You show up, you sit. That's the whole job. What's the third principle? Takeshi smiled. Shoshin, beginner's mind. You approach each day as if it's your first. No ego. No, good at this now, just fresh attention. Week 5. Sora started applying the single-pointed focus beyond meditation. Cooking dinner. Usually, he cooked while scrolling his phone, half watching TV, mentally reviewing work. Now, just cooking. Knife on a cutting board. Garlic sizzling. Steam rising. Fully there. It sounds simple. It's not. Try being fully present for a 10-minute task. Your mind will riot, but slowly, Sora was building something, an unshakable core, a part of him that didn't scatter. Week 6. The test came. Marcus called. Dude, remember John from our old firm? He's launching a startup. Wants you as COO, equity package, the whole thing. But he needs an answer by Friday. COO, real opportunity, good money. Exciting project. Sora felt the old pull. This could be it. This could be the purpose you're looking for. He almost said yes. Nearly broke his 100-day commitment to chase what looked like an answer, but something. Takeshi said echoed, your mind will present you with escapes disguised as opportunities. The samurai learned to recognize the difference. Sora called John back. I'm honored, but I need to finish something first. Ask me again in 2 months. John was confused. Marcus was baffled. What are you finishing? Something for myself. Day 45. Halfway. Sora had meditated 45 consecutive mornings. His mind was different, quieter. Not empty thoughts still came, but there was space between the thoughts, room to breathe. Here's where it gets interesting. Day 52. Sora overslept. His alarm went off. He turned it off, rolled over, went back to sleep. He woke up at 8:30 a.m., missed his meditation window, had to rush to a morning call. By midday, the shame set in. You broke the streak. You failed. You're weak. 52 days meant nothing. Day 53. He didn't practice. Told himself he'd blown it anyway. What's the point? Day 54. Same. Day 55. His apartment felt different, heavier. The quietness he'd built was dissolving. Day 56. Saturday. He walked to Takeshi's shop, dreading it. The older man looked up, saw Sora's face. Sit. Sora sat. I failed. I missed a day, then missed 3 more. I broke the commitment. Good. Good. I wait. What? Now you learn wabi-sabi. Takeshi wrote it. Beauty in imperfection. Acceptance of transience. You think the samurai never fell? They fell constantly. That's not the training. Getting back up, that's the training. But I broke my streak. The streak doesn't matter. The return matters. Every samurai I studied under said the same thing. You learn more from the day you return after failure than from 50 days of success. Sora felt something crack open in his chest. Permission to be imperfect, to fail and continue. Most people quit here, Takeshi continued. They think, I broke the streak. I'm starting over. What's the point? But the samurai understood this moment. Right now is day 1. Every day is day 1. So I just start again. Day 57. Tomorrow, but not as someone who failed. As someone who's learning that commitment isn't about perfection. It's about returning. Always returning. Sora nodded. He felt lighter. The shame was dissolving. One more thing, Takeshi said. The samurai had a saying, Nana Kurobi Yaoki. Fall down 7 times. Stand up 8. You fell once. You're fine. Day 100. 6:30 a.m. Sora sat on his bedroom floor. Legs crossed. Back straight. Eyes closed. The timer buzzed after 15 minutes. He opened his eyes. 100 days. Not perfect days. Some were beautiful. Some were tortured. Some he missed and returned. But 100 mornings, he'd shown up. He felt different. Solid. Like he'd built something foundational that couldn't be shaken. But here's what he didn't expect. The clarity, somewhere between. Day 60 and day 100, in the quiet between thoughts. Something revealed itself. His ikigai. His reason for being. Consulting. Not optimizing businesses. Not his father's dream. Teaching. Helping others find what he'd lost. Guiding people out of the emptiness he knew so well. It wasn't a lightning bolt revelation. It was quieter, like hearing a voice that had been speaking all along, but he'd been too scattered to listen to it. Month 5. Sora gave notice at his firm. His boss was shocked. You're a top performer. Where are you going? I don't know yet, but I know it's not here. Marcus pulled him aside. Man, what's going on with you? You're different. Different how? You seem, I don't know, solid. Like nothing could shake you. Sora smiled. I built something. He didn't elaborate. How do you explain that you spent 100 days sitting on your floor to discover your life's purpose? It sounds wild, but it worked. The transformation wasn't just external new career path, new direction. It was identity. He wasn't Sora, who tried to be disciplined. He'd become disciplined. He wasn't Sora, who wanted purpose. He'd become someone who lived with purpose. That's the difference. That's what 100 days builds. Day 120. Sora visited Takeshi's shop. The older man looked up, saw his face, and smiled. You found it. I did. Your ikigai. Teaching. Helping others navigate what I went through. I'm starting workshops. Purpose finding through discipline. Practice. Takeshi nodded slowly. You understand now. The 100 days wasn't about meditation. It was about becoming someone capable of holding purpose. Your mind is strong now. You can carry what you found. Thank you, Sora said. For seeing me. I didn't do anything. You did the work. You became unshakable. But you're probably thinking, hey, is there actual science behind this? Or is it just philosophical poetry? Let me tell you what's happening in your brain during those 100 days. Researchers at Harvard studied neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. They found that consistent practice over 66 days creates measurable changes in neural pathways. By day 100, these changes are deeply embedded. But here's what's fascinating. Dr. Philippa Lally at University College London discovered that habit formation averages 66 days. Still, complex behavioral changes like building discipline or transforming your identity require 90 to 100 days for deep neurological integration. The samurai didn't have fMRI machines, but they knew. When you practice single-pointed focus daily, you're strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for impulse control, decision-making, and sustained attention. You're literally building mental muscle. Stanford researchers, studying meditation practitioners, found that consistent practice reduces activity in the default mode. Network the brain's wandering mind circuit. This is why Sora experienced increasing clarity. His brain was learning to quiet the noise. But there's more. Neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman explains that discipline precedes motivation. Your brain doesn't give you motivation. First, you practice the behavior consistently, and the motivation follows as your neural pathways adapt. This validates what the samurai knew. You don't wait to feel like doing it. You do it. Your brain catches up. MIT researchers studying automaticity, the process by which behaviors become automatic, found that the basal ganglia, the habit center of your brain, fully encodes behaviors after 90100 days of repetition. This is why by day 100, Sora didn't negotiate with himself anymore. His brain had automated the practice. The science is precise. 100 days isn't arbitrary. It's the threshold where your brain stops resisting and starts integrating, where discipline becomes identity. Yale studies on decision fatigue show that every decision drains mental resources, but automated behaviors, habits encoded through 100-day practice, require almost zero decision-making energy. This is how the samurai conserved mental strength. For what mattered, Sora built an unshakable mind, not through motivation, but through systematic neural rewiring. The ancient practice meets modern neuroscience. They're saying the same thing. Your brain is a forge. 100 days is how long it takes to hammer raw material into something unbreakable. Month 6. Sora launched his first workshop, 100 Days to Unshakeable. 8 people showed up, all lost in different ways. A writer who couldn't finish projects. An entrepreneur paralyzed by decision-making. A teacher is burning out. A recent divorcee is rebuilding her identity. Sora shared his story. Then he explained the system. This isn't about meditation specifically. That was my vehicle. You need to find yours. The practice doesn't matter. Building the unshakable mind matters. One participant raised her hand. So I could do anything for 100 days? Anything that requires presence and discipline. Writing 500 words daily. Running 2 miles. Cold showers. Instrument practice. The specific practice is the forge. Your mind is what's being forged. Over the course of 3 months, Sora watched these 8 people transform. The writer chose to write 300 words a day for 100 days. By day 100, she'd completed her first novel draft. But more importantly, she'd become someone who showed up to the page. The entrepreneur chose 100 days of morning decision training. Make 3 hard decisions before AM each day. By day 100, his business had doubled. Decision fatigue no longer paralyzed him. The teacher chose 100 days of evening journaling. By day 100, she discovered her burnout came from teaching subjects she didn't care about. She switched to teaching art, found her ikigai. This isn't just about the original problem. That's what Sora was learning. The 100-day rule is a skeleton key. It opens every lock. Because it's not about fixing one thing. It's about building the foundation beneath everything. Sora applied it to fitness, 100 days of morning push-ups. Now, exercise was automatic. He applied it to relationships, 100 days of calling one friend weekly. Now, the connection had become part of his identity. He applied it to creativity. 100 days of sketching. Discovered he loved visual thinking. The system wasn't a technique. It was a lifestyle, a way of approaching growth that the samurai understood centuries ago. Month 9. Sora's workshops were full, waitlists forming. One evening, he drove to the cemetery, stood at his father's grave. "I quit the consulting job, Dad. I know that's not what you wanted, but I found what you actually wanted for me to live with purpose. To be unshakable. I took the long way around, but I got there." The wind moved through the trees. Sora felt peace. He'd spent 8 months searching, 100 days building, and finally, he'd found what was there all along, despite the discipline. Because of it. So let me ask you the question that Takeshi asked Sora. What calls to you? Not what you think you should do, not what would look impressive. What practice, if you did it every day for 100 days, would change everything? Here's the truth that most self-help gurus won't tell you. You're not going to stumble into your purpose. You're not going to wake up one day with clarity. You're not going to find your ikigai by reading another article or watching another video. Your purpose is buried under years of distraction, noise, and scattered attention. You need to dig for it. And the only shovel strong enough is an unshakable mind. The samurai knew this. That's why they started every training with 100 days of mind forging first. Not the skill, the mind. You want to know your life's purpose? Build a mind capable of hearing it when it whispers. Here's your challenge. Pick one. Practice. 15 minutes minimum. 100 days. Non-negotiable. Not to achieve something. To become someone who doesn't negotiate with themselves. Someone who commits and follows through. Someone unshakable. I want you to comment below right now. Public commitment. What's your 100-day practice? What starts tomorrow morning? Don't wait for motivation. Motivation is the result, not the requirement. Start tomorrow. Day 1. Fall on day 52 like Sora. Get up on day 57. That's the training. The samurai spent 100 days in single-pointed discipline because they understood something we've forgotten. You don't find yourself. You forge yourself. If this resonates, subscribe. Hit that like button. And most importantly, start your 100 days. Your purpose is waiting. But first, you have to become someone strong enough to carry it. Be present. Walk with honor. Follow the path.